You know, I used to carry these things in my wallet, little printed out cards that said, "Nice parking, jackass." And if I still had one of those in there, I would take it right up and put it on that Hyundai or Kia or whatever that piece of crap is. That parked right on top of the line, and then the truck went in there and back 2 inches away. I would have gone even closer than that. Moron. Oh yeah, Zano's back out, looking pretty. It is a good day to spend in the garage, nice and warm out here, listening to some Bob Seger. It's about 60 degrees. I got in this morning, took that exam. It was a shit show. We'll be doing disaster control on the next one, but that's the way she goes. Ridiculously complex equations, and the calculator we use is strictly a financial calculator. It'll do addition and subtraction, multiplication and division, but that's it. So, time to prep this thing tomorrow to go in for several weeks. We're going to start off with just a basic bath of C6 and cleaning the glass and cleaning the dust off the wheels and all that. And the exhaust and that normal hour-and-a-half job. So that begins now because it certainly needs it. Although that didn't look too bad, but yeah. Also got the garage organized a little bit, put the mower where it goes. I don't like the placement of the Craftsman thing right now because it's blocking two of the three shelves on this thing. So we're gonna have to do some further organization later. And I've been working on this for the majority of the afternoon. I did meet Razvan and Sabrina for lunch. We came back here, we made some Moscow mules, hung out for a bit. Cavalier game starts in about an hour. So obviously now we're under the hood with the plenum off. Reason being, I had replaced all of these bolts and they're like frickin' $10 a piece, and there's 15 of them a year ago. The original ones were rusty and corroded, they look bad. So I replaced them. I don't want those parts to get lost, damaged, misplaced, whatever, during an engine swap, so I'm just gonna put the old ones back on. While I had the bolts off, I elected to just pull the plenum cover off, as seen on the ground, and see what things look like. And that's exactly the same as last year. There's very little oil under the plenum, which is a good sign. I also put in the old dipstick. I took off some little pieces here that could get lost, the little clips that will be up on the airboxes when I reinstall them. Obviously, I'm putting the plenum and the airboxes back in prior to driving it in tomorrow, but that's just stuff I've worked on under the hood. Inside the car, I've gotten pretty anal with covering up things I don't want to get scratched and damaged during several weeks in a shop environment. So we've covered door handles, door trim, both the left and right center finishers, the main dashboard finisher, and same thing on the driver's door. Reason being, all of these parts have been replaced under my ownership of the car. They're relatively expensive parts and they only continue to go up, and I don't feel like replacing them again. So I'm just more comfortable having everything covered. You know, somebody gets in the car with a screwdriver and puts a gash in it, now that's a $200 mistake that I would have to cover. I'm also going to have this replaced. I'm just going to give them the parts, as well as this boot down here. You can see the ridiculous amount of play in this UUC Evo 3. If we smash it into fourth gear, you know, not only, it just moves everywhere. There's so much play in it, it's ridiculous. So the 545i shifter should be nice. I removed the center console. I removed the armrest. I removed the rear vents on the rear cup holders. All of that stuff will just stay here, out of the way, nice and safe. So that's the work that I've done inside the car. Pretty minimal. Outside, I have protected the rocker area with 3M tape. You know, they slide those arms from the lift over here, and I don't want to take a chance of having that get screwed up. Reason being, all four of the rockers on this car, or four of the rocker panels on this car, have been refinished, and I don't want to do that for a second time. It's all clean, wheels, tires, exhaust. I'm pretty sure that the mufflers are going to have to come off. I don't really want to tape those though, because they'll get hot tomorrow driving it in there. Although this car really doesn't get hot, I could probably get away with taping it up. But I don't think I'm going to be that anal. So I'm going to put the plenum cover back on, put some nuts on it. I'm not going to torque them to spec at this point, seeing that I am reusing my plenum cover, at least the top part. I don't know about the bottom part. I mean, those parts really don't wear. I don't really see a need to replace or switch the bottom plenum, but we'll see. These things, get a look at the condition on this set. Kind of cheetah-esque, you know, It's 16 years old. It's got 192,000 miles on it almost. So today I received from ECS a bit of a remedy for that. Check this out. Gonna focus on that. Perfection. Beautiful machining. I've got new bolts too. So those are gonna go on the new engine, and they will look fantastic. There's the plenum bolts. I put my old dipstick back in because of course I had replaced that. There's the center console armrest, center console and Titan line, the 6-speed manual shift boot, rear cup holders, rear vent. All of that's going to stay safe here, as well as the buttons in the center console, some hardware under the hood, and the hardware that holds the center console in the car. So all those parts are going to stay here. I know I'm going freaking crazy. Anybody else would just drive it in there and give them the keys, but I've got too much in this car, so that's what I'm doing. But I'm going to go in, watch the rest of the GOP debate tonight, watch the Cavaliers play the Los Angeles Lakers, and I'll come out here tonight and we'll finish this up, button it up, and get it ready to drive in tomorrow and drop off. Okay, now we're after the game. It's approaching 2 a.m. I pulled the rear plate due to it needing an updated registration sticker. Cleaned up behind the plate. It had gotten pretty carbonated, but I got the hardware down there. I put the new sticker on the plate because it expires in 3 days now. And I kind of go crazy when I do this. I take the plate off the car, treat the plate with Zano's EPC, which then takes off all the carbon that's etched its way into the plate, so it's way whiter now. It looked yellow before. Took a razor blade, peeled off the old sticker, put the new sticker on there, so now it's ready to go back in the frame and back on the car. I also updated the registration sticker in the glove box, the insurance declaration thing in the glove box. I think I showed you before. It's all taped up and ready to go in. Things under the hood are done. I can push that shut now, get the plate on there, and then I'm done. I can't turn this camera around, so you won't get to see my beautiful mug tonight. Watch Cleveland beat the Los Angeles Lakers. The game wasn't even until 10:30 because they're on the West Coast. But going to bed. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. I think lunch with Joe and Kenan, taking the car in, working on Kenan's M5. Try to film some of that. So I'll talk to you guys then. Good night.